Hey everyone, welcome. We're going to do a Testbench walkthrough, a demo today. So I'm going to log in on my online user. Online is where you want to log in every time. The only time you would use this particular profile is when you don't have an internet connection. You can actually do work in Testbench when you don't have an internet connection. All the data will be stored to your computer and then can be synchronized back up into the cloud once you get an internet connection. So we're going to do our online login. This would be the same credentials that you use to log into everything else that is TESSALink related. Once you have logged in, you've got an EULA, an end user license agreement that you'll want to accept. And then you'll locate your asset or assets that you want to inspect. I'm going to go with just a basic test. Now, remember, if you don't know everything about your asset, you can do contains, choose contains, and then put in the partial asset number, and it'll bring up everything that contains the word test or the number 123. But you do have several different solutions there that you can use. So you choose the asset that you're wanting to do the test, check the box on the far left, and then you want to come up here to the top right, choose the mass actions arrow, and then go to fill forms. You're going to fill a form to do the test. When you're choosing the form that you want to use, if you type in the first few letters, you can get a pressure test or a proof test, whatever form it is you're going to fill. You can type that in and it'll bring it up for you. You can also use the up and down arrows, and it will take you through the different ones that'll be close by. So I'll do a proof test. I'm going to fill this form, go down to the bottom right. At this point, if you have an order number, ticket number, whatever the case may be, you want to put that information in here. You can do it after the test. Completely up to you on how you want to do that. Just make sure that you are able to get that information in there so that if you do have several pieces that all belong to the same order or the customer PO number, those can be all drawn together when you do a report, and they'll all show up on the same report. So once you've gotten this information, then you want to go over here to the top right and open the Testbench testing area. Okay, so at this point, you're going to want to put in your WLL, your working load limit. I'm in the, as you can see down here in the bottom left, I'm in the debug, and debug only goes to 1,000 PSI. So I'm going to put in 500, and then my test method will be 2. By clicking on this arrow down, you can choose your test method between 1.0 and 6.0. So depending on what your working load limit is, and then your test method, you can choose those to make sure that you get the correct numbers. So once I've done this, you'll notice that there is there'll be a time here for the test time, and there'll also be an elapsed time that's down here in the bottom. So you'll have both of these. The elapsed time starts as soon as I click the Start New Test, and the time above target time starts when the testing starts. So you'll want to look for those once I hit the Start New Test. Down at the bottom, it's already started, but the time is not started here yet because I want to ramp up my pressure so that I reach my target load. Once I reach my target load, then it starts. The system lets you know that the test is running. And then based on however many seconds you have, if it's 5 minutes, it's 300 seconds. If it's 10 minutes, obviously it's going to be double that, it'll be 600. But based on the number of seconds that you are going to be doing the test, you'll want to keep an eye on that. Once you have reached the number of seconds, I'm going to stop this at probably around 30 seconds. You want to make sure and bring the pressure down on your unit, because your customer is going to want to see both sides of this graph. upside where you pressured up. Then you have the length of the test itself and that you also pressured back down. Now, once you've done this, all you have to do is click on stop and then save and close. And the system is going to be creating the data for you now. It'll put the applicable data into the form that you're going to be using. The completed date and performed by will also be put in by the system. If you want to put that in yourself, you can, but the performed by is always going to be the name of the person whose credentials were used to log in. Once you've done this, then you're going to want to either pass or fail based on the results of your test. I'm going to pass this. I can then pass my form, and you can either check or uncheck this if you want to preview your certificate. Then you'll pass the test. If you have several different templates, some companies have templates based on customers. If you have a different template for each customer, then you'll want to make sure and choose the correct one. I'm just going to use the default and then confirm. At this point, the system's going to create your PDF, and the PDF will pop up here, and you'll see that you have your graph on the right. Any asset attributes that were a part of the asset that you were testing, whether it be hose, lifting and rigging, whatever it was that you were testing, will show up on this side. And then you've got all the information drawn from the asset that's up here in the top, your date that it was performed and the time. It goes from hours, minutes to seconds, who performed it, and if you have a signature that you're going to be using. We do have signature ability for each user profile. You can put a signature on file. If you want to know how to do that, you can give us a call in support. We'll be happy to help you with that. But that's it. That is the entire process that you go through. Once you've got this document, then you would go on to the next hose and do your next test. If you have any questions, you can always email us at support@tessalink.com, or you can give us a call. Hope that this was helpful. If you have any other questions, please let us know.